Oh, we live. Test.
Hello.
Oh, it's going.
Hello. We in the building.
Oh, dude, this is sick.
What's going on?
I don't know, bro.
We got special guest in here today.
Yes, sir. Sam Allen.
Sam Allen, bro. How's it going?
Pretty fucking good, dude. I mean, we've been chilling. Good little start to the semester.
Yeah. How's your week been, dude?
Yeah, fucking pretty chill, dude. Been starting my classes. I mean, let's see, hanging out with the fellas, hanging out with Shoddy. I've been writing a little bit more on my book.
Yeah.
Playing some rock band.
A whole lot of shit getting done.
Yeah, dude. I've been interviewing for a bunch of internships. I got fucking 3 interviews next week, dude.
No shit. Adderall, I think, is a different story, though.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get
that's what most people take for ADHD.
Yeah.
I believe.
That's the general baseline drug?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
That's like everyone that I know that has ADHD is either on Adderall or like, what is it called? Ritalin. That's the other one.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of bad things about both of those.
Oh, dude, I have a story to tell you.
Some
dude.
really bad shit about it.
Okay, so this is another one. This is when I was in 6th grade, right? I don't think I've ever told you. I don't tell this to too many people, but I'll share it right now because it definitely could be helpful to some people. I was a big troublemaker back in middle school, elementary school, even dude freshman year of high school. I was fucking
wreaking
menace,
havoc.
Dude. Oh my god, dude. I would like just so. I mean, you know me. I have so much energy, dude. But like it was like 4th, 5th grade. I moved to St. Louis in 4th grade. Met all my friends and everything. That's when I met Davis. Obviously, I was talking to you earlier about that.
Yeah.
But I was just fucking rambunctious, dude. Like my teachers would have to just constantly be sending me to the principal's office, like outside in the hallway. I got so like ISS out the fucking wazoo, dude. In middle school.
Yeah.
But 6th grade came around, and my teachers had so many complaints. They suggested that we go to the doctor, and they put me on some medicine for my ADHD because that was the problem. Or at least they thought that was the problem.
Right, they tried to self-diagnose you.
Uh-huh. And the doctors, because, I mean, I've already been diagnosed with ADHD, but my parents were pretty, I mean, they didn't want to put their little kid on some medicine at that age. Because, I mean, there's research on it, but who the hell knows what, because, I mean, Adderall is a small chemical compound away from being fucking meth, dude.
Exactly.
It's like, you really want to put your kids on
that?
that?
And I think it affects people very differently.
Oh, yeah. Oh, uh-huh.
So it's hard to gauge how someone's really going to take the medication.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways, the doctors put me on it was a pretty high dose from what I remember of Adderall, and I wasn't myself. I wasn't talking to anyone.
Yeah.
And I remember being super focused in school, which is what it's supposed to do. I mean, I didn't have any more problems with getting pulled out in the hallway or ISS or making trouble or anything, but I slowly began to lose my friend's name. And Davis was really the only one who kind of stuck with me.
Wow.
It was pretty sad. I mean, within 3-4 months, I went from because all my friends lived in my neighborhood. I would always go over there and play on the trampoline. We'd go back, play wiffle ball in the backyard,
bikes and
dude.
shit.
We would always go ride bikes,
yeah.
dude. Ride our fucking scooter. You remember those ripsticks?
Dude, I was shredding.
Dude, we loved the ripsticks.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I fucking lost all that, and my parents slowly saw me coming home from school every day rather than going out and hanging out with my friends. And what the hell's going on? And I was like, Mom, I just don't feel right. Like, I think it's the medicine. They wouldn't believe me, though. So eventually, I started flushing that shit down the toilet.
Wow.
And,
so you just took matters into your own hands.
Well, I was so confident that it was the medicine, and it was.
And it was.
Yeah,
I mean, you knew it.
No,
your body knew it.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
And
your
that was back.
Knew it.
It was. Yeah, I know that the podcast listeners can't see this. The pill was like, it was a big pill, like that big, Nate.
Like a marble-sized pill.
Dude, it was a big pill, I remember. But my mom would, every day, she would open it up because it had like a little, it was like a hollow pill, and it had little beads in it, and the beads were the medicine. She'd open it up because I couldn't swallow it back then.
Yeah.
And she'd put it on like a little spoon of yogurt, and I would take it like that. I remember one day she gave me the spoon of yogurt, and I was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, and she turned away to make her coffee or something, took the spoon of yogurt with me, flushed that shit down the toilet,
Yeah.
And I did that every day for about 2 months. Okay.
Wow.
And it was that I remember so vividly. That's one of my core memories. That day in 6th grade, going to school, I was like, oh my God, I feel like myself again.
Yeah. A total mental 180.
It just like instant. It's not like it took like multiple days. It was that day, and then slowly after that, I began to gain more and more of myself back, and
Right. Your rambunctiousness.
Oh, and then my parents started getting calls again, and then one day I remember because I had a system because this was going on for a month. I would get a little. My mom always had like set out napkins for me because she would always make me breakfast in the morning, or at least most mornings if she didn't have to work.
Yeah.
She would make me breakfast, and she would give me the little spoonful of yogurt with my medicine on it. I would take a napkin. I would fake eat it when she would like turn around, and I just scoop it all off into the napkin and shove that shit in my pocket. Sounds gross. I mean, I had fucking yogurt in my pocket essentially.
It's just whatever had to be done.
Yeah, it had to be done, dude.
Exactly.
I was feeling like shit, but one day, I remember I woke up and I was tired or something. I went to our bathroom. I put it in there, but I forgot to flush the toilet. And then she found that shit about...
As all parents do.
Oh, as all parents do. About an hour later, when she went to go to the bathroom, and this is when this is like... At this point, it was probably like almost halfway through 6th grade. I had just gotten my like iPhone or whatever. Or maybe it was an iPod that I had connected to Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Yeah.
I forget that detail, but I remember she texted me a picture of in the bathroom of the toilet, and she's like, "Sam, you have some explaining to do." And
You're sitting in class,
and I'm sitting at school. I remember I was at lunch, dude.
Yeah.
Because the other thing that this would do, I lost and you can look this up. I lost my entire appetite.
Yeah,
dude.
it kills your appetite.
I lost an unhealthy amount of weight in that time that I was taking that medicine, and it's just like, look, how does a doctor think that's okay for a kid? Like I was a little
it blows
chubby,
my mind.
but like I came out of that like too skinny, you know?
Yeah,
and
you become
like,
anorexic in a way.
Yeah, dude, and it's like how the hell does anyone think that's safe? And I hope now that they're not doing that to kids, but I think they still are.
No, and I think it's happening more too.
Yeah, dude, because it's like, there's other options. But anyways, getting back to the story, I went home and I remember I was just crying to my mom. I was like, "Mom, like this stuff, it doesn't make me feel good. Like I just don't feel right on it." And she's like, "Can you explain this to me?" And because she noticed that I wasn't hanging out with my friends anymore. And I'm like, "Mom, I'm not social. Like I'm not like the funny like high spirited guy that I usually am, and I believe still am now." But she's like, "Okay, like you don't have to take the medicine anymore." I was like, "Thank God," like because I remember my dad's a strict guy. I don't think he would have ever gone for it, but I remember talking to my mom, and she's like, "Yeah, like you can stop." And she talked to my dad, and they both kind of came to the conclusion that it wasn't a good thing for me. So I stopped. It was probably halfway through 6th grade, damn near when they found out, like I said, and ever since then I haven't been on that shit. And it's just not and I know some people that do not need it to function, but it really helps them, and it doesn't affect their mood and their appetite as much as it did. Because everything affects everyone different. There's no doubt about that. You could say that about alcohol, weed, any kind of substance.
Yeah, everyone gets affected.
It's going to affect you different.
Exactly.
But I guess it really affected me poorly, and that's something that is just it wasn't a good part of my life.
Dude, it's poisoning. And I feel like a lot of kids get started early. Like you were on that same sort of track.
Oh yeah, dude, 6th grade.
Where,
like, think about how old? Because I'm at the very, very young side of our grade. So I would have been
still 19.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't turn 20 until June 17th.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm really young.
Yeah.
But so I would have been. Let's see, 6th grade. I would have been 10 at the time. I would have been 10 years old.
10 years old on.
Is that
drugs.
right? You're right. Because my brother's in 7th grade right now, and he's 13, but he's on the old side. So I would have been 12. I would have been 11 in 6th grade.
Yeah.
It's
mind-boggling.
It's God. I see my little brother. I fucking love that dude. He's in 7th grade. He's giant. He's about to fucking pass me up in height already. It's
really?
Dude's 13. About to already pass me up in height.
You gotta hate that shit, huh?
Oh, it's bad, dude. And dude, it's like my mom, my dad, dude, my fucking girlfriend makes fun of me for that so much, dude. It pisses me off.
Your little
dude.
brother's taller than you.
Dude, he ain't taller than me yet. He's like a quarter of an inch away though. It's bad.
Yeah, dude, I was always pissed because from probably until about freshman year of high school or maybe sophomore year, I was always taller than my brother.
Yeah, because you're a twin,
dude.
Yeah.
And then he got taller than me, and I was like, damn, I can't hold this over his head anymore.
Oh yeah, no, the height's always gonna be something that he's gonna I bet you next time I see him,
he'll probably be taller.
Shit, dude, because next time I see him will probably be spring break. I mean,
well, that's the time where you're growing rapidly too. A lot of people tend to catch growth spurts at that time.
In the spring? I didn't know that. Really?
Well, yeah. Well, not necessarily that time. I'm talking about more like 13.
That age. Yes.
Exactly. You start hitting a lot of growth spurts and all sorts of shit.
Start hitting, dude. He's already having to shave, dude. I don't remember having to shave until I was like 15, 16, dude.
No, I didn't start shaving until probably 16 as well.
Man got a fucking razor for Christmas. I'm like,
as a 13-year-old,
dude, he's 13, Dad. And he's like, well, Sam, like he needs to shave. Like he had to use one of my razors the other day. I'm like, oh my God,
it's a practical gift.
I mean, yeah, and he was all embarrassed about getting it too. I'm like, Thomas, like, I wouldn't be too embarrassed about that. I mean, every guy's got to shave at some point,
right?
I mean,
it shouldn't matter too much when it starts.
No, dude, but like that's early. But he's about to hit his growth spurt, and I mean he's a little chubby guy just like I was.
Yeah.
But he'll slim out big time because the doctors are projecting him to be 6'3", 6'4".
Wow, where's all that height coming from?
Your dad's a great question.
Tall,
yeah, my dad's my height.
Yeah.
Both of my grandpas were above. My grandpa Phillips on my mom's side was 6'3". Grandpa Allen on my dad's side was 6'2". I have real tall uncles.
Yeah. So a lot of your family's really tall.
Yeah, a lot of my family is really tall. My dad's a twin, just like you. Him and his twin brother are my height. But dude, he's gonna be so much taller than me and my dad.
Huh. Well, lucky him then, right?
Yeah, no shit, dude. Unlucky.
He's probably
for me,
already
dude.
talking shit to you.
Oh, so much shit, dude. I mean, I can still kick his ass. He's 13, but
dude, he probably came back from the hospital and was like, "You gotta hear this, buddy.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
be 6'3",
dude."
pussy.
I remember. No, This is like 5 years ago, damn near, maybe 6 years ago. He came back from the pediatrician.
Yeah.
Because they did the whole like percentiles thing on him, and it's like, yeah, like Thomas is gonna be like really tall, and I'm like, dude, like you have got to be kidding me.
Damn it.
And I remember thinking back then, I was like, oh, that day, dude, that day's so far away, like, because I'm 6 years older than my little brother. I mean,
yeah, that's quite a gap.
Oh yeah, I don't know how the hell that happened, but that's a different story.
Who knows,
dude? Who the fuck knows? I do remember, like, I was probably 5, 6. Maybe like 4 or 5. I do remember me like pestering my parents, be like, why do all my friends have older brothers and little brothers and sisters and I don't?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, like it just sometimes isn't in the cards, and then I guess it was.
And then they pulled the card.
They pulled the fucking card,
yeah.
Or rather, popped out the card. No, but that was.
Were you surprised?
When
they first told you, do you remember when they first told you that you were going to have a brother?
So that was back when we lived in Boston. I moved from Boston when I was 9 years old, and it was right after it was the summer between 3rd and 4th grade.
Yeah.
I remember they told me, I believe when I was in like 1st grade, we were in the car coming home from the airport. We had just gone to Indiana to see family. It was over Christmas. And my mom and dad are like, hey, like, we've got something to tell you. And I'm sitting in the back seat. We're driving home, and I remember it was this. We don't have it anymore. Obviously, it was this, like tattered old blue Kia minivan,
Yeah, the classic mom van.
Oh, classic mom van. I'm riding back home in that thing in the back seat, and I remember they were like, "Yeah, we got something to tell you," and my mom's like, "Hey, like, you have a little sibling in my stomach that's like the size of an avocado right now," and I was like, "What the hell?"
What a weird way to preface that.
Oh, so weird. She like described because I remember she would always describe the size of my little brother as like a food item, dude. No, it wasn't an avocado. It was a French fry. That's what it was. Avocado.
The first time it was a French fry?
Avocado came later, dude. It was a French fry the first time. And I'm like, what? And I remember I got real excited.
Yeah.
Really
like,
excited.
Mom's got French fries in her stomach.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
But then, yeah, your brain realized, oh, shit.
Yeah. I do remember the day my little brother was born. That was pretty cool. Because my grandma Alan and my grandpa, who passed away like a while ago, were there.
Yeah.
And they were kind of just watching me all day. And I threw up that day, dude. I got food poisoning from the what was it? The cafeteria food at the hospital, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I forget what I ate, dude, but it was some like bunk ass like salad or something. And you would think the hospitals would have like decent food because like they're giving it to their patients too.
Yeah,
like
and to families that are waiting around.
And maybe it was just because I have, dude. This even more story, dude. I throw up when I'm nervous, dude. So maybe it was because I was nervous.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of anticipation for you and thinking about, holy shit, I'm gonna have a fucking
like
little brother today.
I'm gonna have a little brother.
Yeah,
like, dude, because oh my god, dude, I've thrown up so many times out of like nervousness, dude. Dude, I threw up on me and my girlfriend's first date, dude, because I was fucking nervous. Do you believe that?
Dude, I think I remember some of that story.
Oh, dude, I can tell it for the podcast because I think it's pretty fucking funny.
I would love to hear it again because from what I remember before you start, was that you kind of got drunk, but you weren't fully drunk and you didn't even know why you were feeling so sick.
Okay, so I kind of know why I was sick. So this is what happened. So
it was one of the reasons.
Yeah, so this was, let's see, we've been dating for like 2-3 months now. Pretty new. It's going well, though. I am, but this was like 5.5, probably like 4.5, 5 months ago when I first met her. It was like in like September, like mid-September.
One of the first weeks or two.
Yeah. So, because I met her at that party, and my boy Marcus, obviously Marcus introduced me to her because his girlfriend Mara and Allie, my girlfriend, are like best friends.
Which is perfect for you.
Oh yeah, it's a good situation, obviously.
Yeah,
no, very good situation. Anyways, they set us up on this double date margarita date.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
At Casa Maria's.
Right.
It's near their Elevate apartment, and like they were plotting this out, and we didn't even fucking know, dude. Just straight plotting.
Right. They were trying to set you up.
Oh yeah,
but you didn't know.
Well, like I knew they were trying to set us up, but I didn't know the extent to how they were setting us up, and I also didn't know how much. Oh jeez, how much Allie knew about me before I fucking met. I guess, dude, Mara and Marcus told her like every little fucking detail. I'm like, because she told me that obviously like after we started dating, I'm like, no wonder, because like I look back on it, I was like, she's like asking me all these questions that like.
That are very specific.
Very specific and like really pertain to my life and everything. And I'm like how do we have so much? Because we do have a lot in common.
Which is fucking awesome.
We have so much in common.
Yeah. What more could you ask for?
Oh, yeah. But it's just like the questions she was asking were like way too specific.
Right.
Anyways, getting on with the story. It was a Mizzou game day. I've been drinking a little bit that day. Just probably like 8 beers over the course of like 8 hours. I'm talking like not even enough to get you drunk, but enough to get you dehydrated, which I think this is where the story starts.
It's one of the problems.
Yeah. So me and Marcus are waiting. Marcus drives us over to Elevate their apartment, and they're all ready to go. We get an Uber over to the Mexican restaurant where we get these margaritas.
Las Margs.
Yeah. No, Casa Maria's.
Casa Maria's.
Casa Maria's is better than Las Margas.
Is it really?
And cheaper, dude. I would highly recommend going.
Wow. Okay. So I've never been over there, so I got to check that out.
I bet the only problem is it's way farther away from like the house than Las Margas, but luckily it's right next to Elevate, so that's obviously why we went there. Anyways, we got put on the wait list for like 5 minutes. We're sitting at a little couch or something in there, and then we get seated. As we're sitting down, the room like starts to like spin. Do you remember me telling you about this?
A little bit, vaguely.
So the room starts just like spin, and this is going on for like 5-6 minutes. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm trying to keep my cool because like, mind you, I'm like, I can't fumble this, dude.
Right,
like,
you're trying to keep that first impression energy up.
First impression,
exactly.
I was like, because at that point I was like, there is no way this girl is actually into me. Like, she is too fucking hot, and I'm just like a fucking ugly bucktooth guy, you know? Anyways, the room starts just fucking spinning, dude, and I can't get it to stop. There's these little like Mexican like chandelier lights hanging down, and I'm like trying to focus on them while like maintaining a conversation. I just can't. I'm just slinging back water, dude. Because they gave us water. I finished my water in the first like 2-3 minutes of being down there. Yeah. And Marcus made a comment about being thirsty, and I'm like, not the fucking time, Marcus. Like, come on now.
Right. He was trying to probably throw you alley-oop or something, and you were like, dude, I'm suffering here.
Dude, he probably was, dude. Like, I could have made something out of that thirsty comment, dude.
Exactly.
But anyways, I'm chugging down water. The water guy comes and refills my water. No one's even taken a sip of their water yet. I'm like, what the hell?
And you just keep going.
And slowly the room, I think that was because I was actually dehydrated. Because I hadn't drank any fucking water that day. And I just drinking beers, not getting drunk or anything. Just drinking beers to drink beers.
Right, just keeping the buzz going.
Not even a buzz, dude. I don't even know. It was like a beer an hour. Like, it was just some stupid shit, dude. Anyways, the water helped, and the room slowly started to spin. And I remember I finally got the fucking Mexican chandelier light to be like still. And I'm like, okay, it's over. But my stomach is not feeling good at all, dude.
Yeah.
So they come over. The waitress comes over. She's like, okay, so what do you guys like to drink? Me and Allie get a pitcher of margaritas. They get a pitcher of margaritas. Classic thing.
Yep, get it started.
And we're going down, and like everyone else is pounding through their margaritas way quicker than me because my stomach is just not feeling good.
Right.
Allie gets done with her margarita, and I'm like not even close to finishing mine. She's pouring herself another one. I was like, shit, I can't look like a pussy.
Yeah,
I gotta
you're
keep
nursing
up,
yours. Yeah,
I'm nursing my drink, dude. I'm trying to like eat some chips, get some, but I can't
exactly.
Even, like, I can't even do that, bro.
Because you got no substance in your system either.
My stomach is just like rumbling, dude. I am so I pound down. I'm like struggle to get through the margarita. We pour because there's a lot of these little margaritas in the fucking pitcher.
Oh, no
dude.
doubt, yeah.
Oh my god. So we're getting these margaritas, and they come over, take our order. Because usually, I mean, you know how I eat. Usually, I'll be getting that fucking like 3-meat fajita platter or something like that. Even though it's so
Fat
expensive,
meal.
dude. And I'll eat the entire thing.
Exactly.
I got like the cheapest, most like shitty like tacos on the menu. It's like 3 like soft shell tacos, rice and beans. And
right.
I eat because Allie knew that I ate a lot just because she fucking stalked me like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she got your file.
Oh, she got everything, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's like, everyone's like, Sam, like, why aren't you eating? I was like, oh, I ate a lot before this. Like I don't know. Like, I'll probably just take it home and eat it later. And they're like, oh, okay. And luckily Marcus didn't say anything because he was with me all day. And I didn't, like, dude, I had like a hamburger that day.
Right, he knew that.
He fucking knew. I had a hamburger like 6-7 hours before that. And again, you know me, like, I'm eating way more than that.
Usually it's triple that probably.
Oh, easy, at least triple that, dude.
Right, but it's a drinking day. I mean, so it's kind of what happens.
It's what happens, but
you eat a lot less.
Still,
so
I'm still eating a lot regardless. Anyways, we get to we get to the food, and I'm still like nursing the margaritas. I'm trying to keep up with Allie, and it's just not it's not working. Like, she's passing me up, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, because as guys, like, we're supposed to be drinking more than them.
Exactly.
You know? And I mean, that's another. There's a lot of pressure for the guys to drink more than the girls, but like,
and no doubt, and being on a first date, it's gonna double that, dude.
It's like because I'm
because you're thinking more about everything.
Tweaking, dude, like tweaking dick. Okay, so we get the food, and I'm like, I don't eat anything of it, and I'm just like having like the conversations were good and everything. Like Marcus is helping me along because I think he could like low key tell that I was not feeling good because like
he could tell something's
off.
me,
like I'm a talkative person. Like I'll talk and talk and talk.
Right.
But like there's something was off. So we leave. I remember I had like most of my margarita left in my cup, and we get the check. The Uber gets there. And they're all like, Sam, you gotta chug your margarita. Like,
right.
we're about to leave. And
they're all pressuring you to finish your shit.
Dude, I'm thinking like there's like a 50-50 shot that I yak if I chug this. But I do it, dude. Chug down that margarita. Dude, it was disgusting. I fucking chugged that margarita. And I remember I was sitting there. I'm trying to keep it down, bro. It was so bad. And I am not someone to leave their leftover box or to-go box there. I accidentally left 2 tacos full, like literally full meal on the table, sitting on the table.
So you left $8 on the table, probably.
Essentially, dude. I probably left $10 on the table. It was like a $12 meal, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, oh my, it was just horrible, dude. And then I left, and then in the Uber, I'm like, shit. This was like, we were pulling into elevator. I'm like, fuck. I forgot the to-go box, and they're all laughing at me, and they're like, "Oh, you have a little too much to drink, Sam." And I'm like,
they're all talking shit.
I mean, I'm buzzing, like I'm like kind of drunk, but not. I mean, not really. It was half a pitcher of margaritas.
Right. It's not going to put anyone over the edge.
Oh no, the girls were pretty drunk. Although I was only like buzzed, especially considering the fact that Allie had more margaritas than me. Because I just could not get them down.
She just drank more of your guys' pitcher.
Oh no, she did for sure. Anyways, we get back to their apartment. We're playing like some like drinking games, and I'm like nursing a fucking like Busch Light for the one Busch Light the entire time.
Yeah, taking some real casual sips.
Like my stomach started to feel better. Like I was fine after that, dude. I got comfortable. Like I was fine. We're just sitting on the couch. And then we start watching, like, I forget. It was like South Park shit. And then fucking Mara and Marcus start fucking plotting again. Marcus is like, hey, like, I need to go upstairs. Can I charge my phone in your room, Mara? And Mara's like, yep, let's go. And they leave us down there alone. I'm like, all right. Well,
sir.
It's getting, what the hell? Like, it's getting on. Like, I put my arm around her, whatever. Like, you know how it goes.
Marcus is setting you up.
No, he set me up. He threw me the little alley-oop.
No doubt.
It's safe to say that I missed the dunk completely, though. She's like, hey, like, you want to go up, like, and we're watching some, like, dumbass, like, comedy show on YouTube or, like, Netflix or something. It was like, no, it was one of those stupid-ass, like, Netflix comedy specials.
Oh,
it gets over, and she's like, hey, you want to go up to my room to see my turtle? And like, okay, well, like, you know what that means.
Right. Your brain is not thinking about the turtle.
No, I did not have turtle on my mind at that point. I was still thinking, like, there's no way this fine-ass girl is, like, wanting me to come up and see her turtle. So I'm like, and I'm still getting nervous. Dude, I'm a nervous guy, dude. Like, I have no power around women, dude. It's bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a ladies' man by any means, okay? Although I may seem like it sometimes, I am not. Anyways, we go up there, and I'm walking up the stairs. Because it's a 2-level apartment, walking up the stairs to our room. And my stomach, like, bad. I'm like, I can't yak right now. Like, this is horrible.
And all the nerves are kicking in, too.
Nerves, I guarantee you it was nerves, dude. Because this has happened before with things I get nervous about, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I will throw up. We get up there. She closes her door. And she's like, okay, this is Roadkill, my turtle. I like found him because she found him on the side of the road, dude.
Yeah, super fire name.
No, good fucking name, dude. I mean, like, that's my type of girl. Anyways, and I get up there and I see she's got a fucking buck rack, like hanging up on her wall. I'm like, there's no fucking way right now. She's got her like little cowboy boots, like right by the like turtle the tank or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in love.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is like, there's no way this is happening. But at the same time, I'm like, I am actually gonna throw up. And she's like explaining to me like how she like found the turtle and everything. We're just like standing up by this tank, and her bathroom is connected to her room. It's really nice.
Little walk-on bathroom.
Little walk-in bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, Allie, I don't feel well. And she told me later that she thought I was trying to like get out of there because I didn't like her.
She thought you was trying to dodge something.
I was trying to dodge something, right? I opened that bathroom door, close it, lock it, and yak, dude.
Instant yak.
It was like, it wasn't one of those where you're like, am I going to yak? Am I going to yak? And then
you're debating it.
I was just like, toilet seat up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? And it's all just like, I haven't had anything to eat, dude. It's just liquid, dude. And she heard all of that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because she's standing right outside the door.
Yeah.
And I'm in there like trying to clean myself. Like I'm like trying to like just like find something in there to clean myself up with, dude. Because like, you know how you look like after you yak, dude.
Like shit.
And it's like, it's like, this girl ain't gonna want to like kiss me or anything after this. Like what's going on?
It's gonna be a hard sell.
A very hard sell, dude. I was like, fuck. So I'm in there for like 4 minutes. I'm like, I gotta come out. I gotta get out of here. Like, I texted Marcus and I was like, dude, like, what do? I just yacked. And Marcus, by the way, this is their entire, like, Marcus fucking went to bed at this point, dude. Like,
yeah.
He told me that he was gonna give me a ride home, which was just not him and his fucking girlfriend's plan at all. They were going for the major, like, spend the night over setup. Dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, the fucking dude, I get out of their room, I bloodshot eyes and everything, and she's not in there. And I'm like, oh
no, like,
no way! Like,
I scared her out of her own room.
And I'm like really tweaking. I'm calling Marcus, like not picking up anything. I'm like, what the hell do I do? Like, I was about to come because I didn't have my car there.
Right. So
like,
you was stranded.
I was stranded at fucking Elevate, dude. And I'm like just standing there like 2-3 minutes later, she comes into the room. She's got a glass of water, fucking snacks, 2 Advils for me, and some gum. I'm like, damn. Like,
it's a blessing.
I was not expecting. I was expecting all right, I'm gonna drive you home now.
Yeah. You was expecting a different energy.
And I'm like, I am so sorry. She's like, no, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't think you were gonna actually throw up. I was like, well, I didn't either. And she's like, are you okay? Like, are you sick? And I'm like, I don't know what happened. Like, maybe it was like, she was like, do you think you had too much to drink? I'm like, no. Like, I had like half a margarita pitcher.
Yeah, it was just a bad mixture in your stomach or something.
Dude, she drank more than that than me.
Yeah.
And it was dude, it had to have been nerves. But anyway, she gets this gum. Guess what the first fucking movie we watched was? Like, just the Wolf of Wall Street, dude.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Like, what the fuck kind of movie is that to watch on your first date, dude? They're fucking slanging like fucking titties around. They're fucking like, bring in the prostitutes. And I'm like, oh my god. And she's laughing her ass off at the movie. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I ended up
that's some class right there.
I ain't gotta get into no details, but I fucking ended up spending the night at the fucking crib, dude. I'm like,
wow.
I was like, no way. Like,
no way it all worked.
Like, because, like, dude, I just fucking threw up in your bathroom.
Yeah.
But, I mean, now it's going well. I mean, but I hope that's that's, not looking back on it, that's a funny-ass first date story.
Dude, and it is. That's so cool.
But, how, that's how it fucking happened, dude. Like, how why, dude?
Dude, and the great thing is you'll be able to tell everybody that story.
Oh, yeah. Like, I mean, there's
when did you guys first meet? Whatever.
Well, actually, I fucking threw up. Well, when we first met was a completely... Do you remember, the fucking... it was at that party that we first met.
And you were bitching about having to dodge multiple women and all that.
Dude, it's ridiculous. Because, I mean, obviously I was trying to pick up some women at the party.
Right.
But it's like you're fucking dry for 2 weeks and then... Oh, in this one night, you have fucking 18 girls. Oh, my gosh, Sam Allen. It's like, fuck you guys. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know you could be fucking cock-blocked by multiple other groups of girls.
Usually it doesn't happen like that.
No, it doesn't, dude. Because, dude, Dude, I feel bad. I was blacked out for a lot. Dude, our, like, first conversation that we ever had, I was just fucking completely blacked out for. Because the next day, dude, this is another funny one.
Dude, and wasn't she drawing stuff on your arms, too? Well, no, wasn't that going on?
Yeah, so that I don't know where she got these. I feel like fucking Marcus supplied all of this shit, dude. I don't know where that came.
Marcus was plotting everything.
He was plotting. Dude, I mean, props to him, dude. I mean, it worked out. But he's like, dude, she knew fucking, dude. She's like, oh, what's your favorite sports team? Because her favorite sports team is the St. Louis Blues, just like me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, the St. Louis Blues. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, did you play hockey? And I was like, yes, I did. She fucking knew all of this shit, dude. She's like, she figure skated in high school. So, like, that's another thing we kind of have in common.
Yeah.
But she's telling me all about her life, like, drawing on me and shit, which is, like, low-key kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I mean, I was trying to pick
It's also kind of sexy.
I mean,
you were probably feeling it.
Hell yeah. I was like, shit, I mean, like, if she's going to do that, I got to show you that picture is fucking hilarious that was taken of us that night, dude. Because, dude, I had fucking shit all over me.
It was you guys on the couch?
Yeah. I think I showed you that one. Or maybe I don't know.
I might have seen it. I don't know.
Dude, anyways, the next day, I don't remember anything about our conversation. She invites me over to her tailgate that her family's having, and I didn't talk to her like parents or anything like that. But I remember somehow we got on the topic of like me like driving a Zamboni, because that's my job back home. I'm a manager at the ice rink, and I drive the Zamboni every hour. And then she's like talking about figure skating, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you figure skate? And she like apparently we had talked about figure skating for like 30 minutes the night before. And they both Mara and Allie like look at each other and like chuckle, like just start chuckling a shit ton. And I'm like, I was like, oh, this must be like some like weird girl thing. And then she told me about it like a month later, and she's like, yeah, Sam, like we had a conversation. We had the exact same conversation the day after I met you as we did the night that I met you. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel like such a dumbass.
Right,
dude.
I'm sure her and Mara were probably talking about that for months.
Oh, I bet they probably still fucking talk about that shit, dude. Oh my, dude, it's crazy how these things work out though, because I never would have thought like, especially after that first. Oh my God, they fucking throw up in her fucking in her bathroom.
Yeah, most of the time that will not translate too well. But yeah, dude, it's been about 3 months now.
Yeah, dude, it's going well.
Yeah, did you see her over break?
Yeah, dude. I saw her quite a bit over break until I got mono. That's a whole nother story I'll get into, but that was horrible.
First time getting mono?
Yeah, you can only get it once.
Really?
Once you get it, you're. I mean, you have like the mono like antibodies or whatever in your system your entire life after, but it protects you actually from it. So
that's nice. Then you don't have to worry about that experience again.
Yeah, you can't really get it again. But yeah, that was ass. I went to the Blues game with her. That was a fucking blast. We hung out a lot. I met her family. She met my family. It was nice because she lives in Oakville, which is like it's like a 25-minute drive away from my house.
Yeah, so super close.
Oh yeah, it's nice, dude.
That's dope.
Yeah. Anyways, that mono is. I don't know how the hell I got it, dude. Because they call it the kissing disease, right?
Right. That's how I thought that.
Yeah, it's spread through saliva.
Yeah.
Which I still kind of feel like she's got to get it now because apparently it takes a lot. It can lay dormant in your system for up to like 18 months, which is crazy, dude. Like, how is that even possible? So I low-key feel like I gave it to her because you're most contagious like 4 weeks before you have any symptoms.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, how could I have known?
So it's really is it very transmissible too?
Through saliva, it is.
Okay.
Not through the air. You can't really get it though. So like, if I had mono right now and I'm just talking to you, like,
then I'd be fine.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
Right.
But no, I came down with that. And it was about a week and a half to 2 weeks of me just like my throat felt like fire. Dude. I had to go to the hospital twice to get pumped with IV because I was so dehydrated.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't eat or drink it or anything, dude. It was horrible. I still have an enlarged spleen because of it, so I can't work out, which is, dude, that's horrible.
You can't work out at all?
No, I can ride the exercise bike and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I got about 2.5, 3 weeks left of that.
Dude, that's a brutal side effect for you, especially.
I mean, you know me. I'm working out at least 6 days a week.
Exactly.
I mean, I fucking...
Is that taking a toll on you, too?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's mentally... It's a lot harder mentally than physically. Because I can tell you, I get headaches when I don't work out because of all that concussion shit that happened to me.
Okay.
Which is another thing I could get into, but...
Yeah,
that was the worst part of my life, by far. Worst part. But the... working out just helps, like, it gets rid of all that stuff for me, and I enjoy it so much, and it's really cool to see yourself get stronger and get bigger.
Right, and see the progress.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, a year ago, I could not be lifting as much as I could have. And I hope what I really worry about is me losing all my progress.
Yeah,
because like,
starting to slide down that hill.
I know. I mean, and that's something that in life you just have to kind of deal with. Not just with working out. I mean, going to class, your job, start slacking off at your job. It's a cycle. Right. You got to stay on top of that shit, you know?
Exactly.
But I know once I can work out, I'm going to be hitting the gym so hard because I just love it, dude. I miss it so much already. It's something that's really important to me, and a lot of the people look at going to the gym differently than me. They look at it as something they gotta do, get over with.
They have to do.
I work out at the end of the day because I look at it as a reward for getting all my stuff done. Yeah. Because honestly, it's like a reward for me. It's so fun. My sleep has been horrible too, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. It's so hard for me to fall asleep sometimes because I'm not working out.
Yeah, because you're not pushing your body.
No, dude.
And your body was so used to doing that sort of thing.
So used to that routine, dude. Exactly. Like me and Jack Ramey had the fucking Y equals MX plus B joke. You fucking work, like, get 6-7 hours of sleep day before, fucking wake up early, work your ass off all day, get your shit done, work out, smoke a bowl, and your fucking head hits the pillow and you're out.
Yeah, and then do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
That's a great system, dude. That's really what I'm on right now.
Y equals MX plus B, bro.
Is there do all of those stand for something, or is that
no, that was just a fucking joke, dude.
Okay.
It's really just a fucking formula to fucking sleep well, dude.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and another thing that I've been...
And the B is bowl, right?
I guess the B is bowl, yeah. The B would be bowl. The thing, I mean, it's... The other thing I've been thinking about is they say you need to get 8 hours of sleep a day. I cannot sleep for 8 hours, dude. Like, I get, like,
You think 8 hours is too many?
For me, I feel like it is. And they say that's unhealthy, but at the same time, it's like, I'm a very energetic person.
Right.
And I feel like I have my head on decently straight every day, like, getting my stuff done, you know? I mean, I don't see the problem with me sleeping for 6-7 hours a day. Although, I mean, who knows? Maybe if I slept for 8 hours a day, maybe I'd be more productive. I don't know. But at the same time, you're losing that hour or two because you're sleeping.
Right, and you're missing out on time you could have been spending somewhere else.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I like sleeping, but, like, you ain't getting shit done when you're asleep.
True.
I mean, unless you got a business fucking working for you, which is something that I would love to do.
Yeah, making money while you're sleeping.
Making money while you're sleeping, dude.
Yes, that's what my dad always used to tell me. He'd say, if you can figure out a business that you can run and make money while you're sleeping, that's the key.
Dude, yeah.
Making money while you're not actively working. That's really the key, dude.
I just fucked this mic.
But in terms of your working out, do you think it has a big mental effect on you too?
Oh.
Mental clarity. Is it a mental escape for you as well?
So, this is how I would put it. It's like the biggest mental escape that you could have almost.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's one thing other than hanging out with friends. Because I am, Nate, I'm such a people person, and you probably know that. But
yes, I do. Definitely. It's an understatement.
I love
Very
talking
social.
to people and seeing what they're about. Because, I mean, you look at someone that you don't know, and, say it's a middle-aged woman and a little kid. Obviously, she's a mother, or at least you can infer that she's a mother. But you don't know anything else about her, you know. And you go up to her, talk to her a little bit. Oh wow, you're in the Navy. You're like, and I do that at my job all the time, dude.
Yeah.
Just like with like being like a manager there, like it gives you a lot of free reign to talk to people, and it's good customer service.
Exactly.
And they want me doing that, which I love, dude.
It's all about the genuine interest, dude.
No,
and that's
dude.
why I find shit like this, like the podcasting, so interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I have a genuine interest of figuring out, like,
there's people.
Why? How do they act? What have they done? How do they think? Their opinions on certain issues. And it's endless, especially if you get someone talking about shit they're passionate about.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's so fucking intriguing, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, but I think just hanging out with people, and especially close friends that you really know, is something that I just that's the most calling for me.
Yeah.
Other than I guess another thing that's so calling for me is sitting out in the woods with my rifle in the deer stand.
Yeah, just waiting for some to cross your sight line. Yeah.
Or even more comfortable is sitting out with my bow, dude. Because when you fling that arrow into a deer, dude, oh my god. Or when you're out, well, like some of my fondest memories just out in the boat with my pops, just fucking catching fish, dude.
Is that how you really started on the bow hunting sort of thing? Was it all through your dad?
Dude, I owe my dad. I mean, we all owe our parents so much, but
Agreed.
I owe my dad. Just there's no way I could ever repay him for what he's taught me about the outdoors, and especially with deer hunting, dude. He's taught me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me, like, in everything that he's taught me, he hasn't misled me once about any of this stuff. And I'm not going to get into the details because deer hunting is so complicated.
Yeah,
but
there's a lot that goes on with that.
I mean, like wind direction, like wind speed, like
I don't doubt it.
Where the deer are bedded down, where you need to be. I mean, just the moon cycles, dude. It's crazy. And you're putting out scents. You're calling the deer. You're making buck rattles. I mean, what people don't realize, you gotta go. Deer hunting in Missouri now has become a 6 to 7 month ordeal. We have more deer in Missouri now than we did when the settlers came to the United States.
Yeah, so they've been fucking.
Dude, they have been fucking, dude.
Fucking.
I mean, when the deer are in the rut, that's their mating season in the fall, dude. You drive down the highway in Missouri, just deer everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's
6 to 7 months of a season is long.
Oh yeah,
that is a very long.
This is how it works. Okay, so mid-September bow season starts, or maybe beginning of September bow season starts.
Yeah,
and now you can in Missouri they changed this like 3-4 years ago, I believe. Now you can hunt with crossbows too. A crossbow is like a fucking rifle out to 60 yards, dude. Like the power, like. I mean, I shot a doe 2 years ago with my dad's crossbow at 40 yards. Just went straight through both rib cages, broke all the bones, and lodged 6 inches into a stump right behind it, dude. You couldn't.
Shit.
You don't salvage that area. You can't pull it out. You just have to break it off, dude.
Yeah, you just gotta leave it in the stump.
I would, within 60 to 70 yards, I'd rather be hit with a bullet than a fucking crossbow arrow.
Because it's just gonna shred your body up, right?
Well, it has. It's not an arrow. It's called a bolt, but it is an arrow.
Yeah.
It's just a little shorter. It has these 2 blades. They're like this, and then when it impacts, it has these 2 little things. It impacts the deer, and they come out.
Yeah.
And they're razors, dude. And it rotates, dude.
Oh, dude, that sounds painful as hell.
Oh no, that deer didn't make it fucking 50 yards, dude. Yeah. Just fucking. I saw it fucking run into a tree and die, dude. It was pretty funny. That was a pretty easy track, but it's so calming just being out there. And then so you got the bow season runs the entire time from September to like end of January, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the rifle season that lasts. Now that it used to be like 2 weekends that it happened. Now it's like 2 full weeks of any deer with rifle, and then there's a break where you could only shoot does for like a week, and then there's another 2 weeks that you can shoot with rifle, right? And mind you, in all that time, you can still be hunting with your bow, right? And then after that, there's any deer muzzleloader season, And a muzzleloader is just like a rifle. It shoots a 50 cal bullet, which is gigantic, dude.
Yeah.
But you only get one shot. You can't reload. Which is fine. I've only shot one deer that I've had to put more than one bullet into them. Because if you shoot them with a good shot, they're fucked.
Yeah. If you get it in the right spot.
Oh yeah. And
where's the main spot you want to aim for on a deer?
You could shoot them in the neck. I don't do that though. It's because especially when they're in the rut, the deer's necks, especially the bucks, which is what me and my dad go after mostly.
Yeah.
Their necks get real big. And it's a lot of cartilage, and if you shoot them in the neck and that cartilage, you're just gonna wound them. You're not gonna kill them.
Yeah, he's just gonna run away on you.
You need to shoot them in the heart and lungs, vital organs. The lungs and the heart on a deer are huge, though.
Yeah. So you got a lot of area to aim for.
You're aiming at about, I know the podcast can't see it, about that big of an area.
Yeah, about a foot and a half, maybe. Yeah.
Around with a high-powered rifle. I mean, you're good to 300-400 yards with a little 308 or something like that. If you got it dialed in right. So then there's the regular muzzleloader, and then there's the antlerless muzzleloader, and then at the very end of the season, there's like 2-3 more weeks of bow still, and then the season ends.
Yeah, and are you comparing that with when you were a kid too? Like when you were a kid, you remember there only being 2 weekends? I
started hunting when I was 9 years old, and back then there was still a ton of deer in Missouri.
Yeah,
that was when we moved to Missouri. That was when we met the farmer Bob. He's like my grandpa now.
From Boston, right?
No, he's not from Boston.
No, I mean.
Oh yeah, when we moved from Boston. Yes. He's from Missouri. He's an old Missouri hick. Anyways, not in a bad way. I fucking love the dude.
Do you know there's actually a restaurant called Missouri
Hick Barbecue?
Oh my god,
in Cuba, Missouri.
That shit is
love
so
that place.
Good.
That
shit is so good.
The lake, our lake house is like 5 minutes away from that place.
No shit.
I
didn't know it was that.
Well, you were there, right?
I was there, but I didn't know the Missouri Hick was that close.
Dude, no, it's
I went there with my parents about twice.
Dude, do you remember, Nate? Do you remember the chicken wings we had at the lake? Those were from Missouri Hick Barbecue.
Wow, that's
small
fucking incredible,
world, dude.
Yeah, seriously.
Small world. I love Missouri Hick Barbecue.
That place is so good, dude. Dude, we used to steal. The second time we went there, we stole a bunch of barbecues from there. Like
how do you steal barbecue, dude?
A bunch of the table ones they bring out for you.
Oh,
we had
them, dude.
We were doing some suspect ass shit.
Suspect shit at the Missouri Hick Barbecue.
We had them bring out 2 of the little tray things worth of barbecue,
dude.
And both me and my brother, because my dad was kind of the guy running the show. He's like, each of you guys put 2 or 3 of them in your coat pocket when we leave. So we sign the check, and then we get up real quickly and go.
It's fucking
about the door,
out of there, dude.
Yes, because that shit was so good. The first time we went there, I was like, damn, this has got to be some of the best barbecue I've ever had.
Dude, no, it's really good, dude. Although it doesn't compare. So my friend Danny Leahy, shout out Danny. His dad Pat, he makes a fucking mean brisket, dude, anything, dude. Fucking smoked burgers, smoked brisket, smoked ribs, smoked fucking pulled pork, dude, pork butt, dude. Oh my, he made some fucking smoked chicken this one time, dude, at the lake, dude. The best chicken I've ever had, by far.
Yeah.
It was just smoked chicken breast, and he had it in some, marinade overnight, dude. I don't know what the fuck dude. I don't know.
He did some wonders to that chicken.
As I'd say, I'd put that shit on my bitch pussy.
Dude, and does he have a big smoker in his backyard or something? Is that where he's running it all?
Yeah, he's got 2, dude. He's got a Traeger and then old some older smoker. But the Traeger doesn't do the job as well as the older one, dude.
So he's serious about it.
Dude, he's real serious.
He's serious about his smoking his meat.
He's serious about his meats and his fucking boats, dude.
Yeah.
They're on the lake with us. They have a place out there. He gets a fucking dude. He gets all the nice fishing gear and everything, dude. It's because he owns his own business. He owns a deck and fence business. But oh my god, the shit he has is so good.
He's just a great cook.
Oh, he's a great cook,
smoker.
Dude. Yeah, great smoker, dude. But no, apparently he was a fucking party animal back in high school, from what I hear. I don't know. And now Danny, his son, I grew up playing hockey with him because I was so young for my grade. All the club teams, you play with your age, not your grade. So I would always be playing with like it would be like half kids from my grade, half kids from the grade below me because they did it by age, and I was so young.
Yeah.
So I would be playing with Danny because Danny's in the grade below us, but he's like I'm like just barely 2 months older than him. So like we're the same age.
Same age, different grade.
Yeah, same age, different grade.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He just missed the cutoff.
He missed the cutoff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways, I played hockey with him since like 6th grade. And then we were on the same high school hockey team too, which is great. But I became really good friends with Danny, and he's doing well now. He plays for the Maryville hockey team. He's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
He's real good.
Is Maryville one of the like a community college in Missouri or what?
No, it's not community college. It's like they're. I think they have a student population of like maybe like 14,000. It's in St. Louis.
Pretty decent sized school though.
I'm kind of speaking out of my ass when I say 14,000, but it's
a medium sized.
It's much bigger than a community college, and they have really good He's in the business school, but they have a really good med program. My boy Michael, he just did a MMA. He won his first MMA fight.
No shit, dude.
Michael Blessing, you can look him up, dude.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I'm getting into MMA now.
Dude. he's in their med program. He's doing well, but dude, yeah, tell me about that MMA shit. Like,
dude,
what does that entail?
I want to get to that in a second, but I have two things about the deer that I don't want to let
go.
Oh
yeah, for
before
sure.
we change topics.
Okay.
First being, have you tried elk meat? And do you like elk?
I have tried elk meat.
Because supposedly it's really good for you.
Yeah. So this is what I can say. There's not many other than antelope. There is not really any meat that I don't like. I mean,
okay.
I'll eat.
You're a little biased then.
Dude, I'll eat anything.
Anything that's protein.
Anything that's protein. Dude, there's like two things that not even just protein. There's like two things that I don't like. Okay.
Food wise.
No, three things. Okay.
Yeah.
Antelope meat, don't like. Okay. My dad shot an antelope like 10 years ago, and we had to eat all the meat. It was horrible. Okay. Because we're not if we're shooting this out, we're eating it. That's wasteful if you
exactly.
don't.
Yeah.
Number two, I hate dill pickles. I can't do it.
Is it the texture or the flavor?
Flavor. I hate dill pickles.
So too salty.
It's the vinegar. The salty is fine.
Yeah.
The vinegar is bad.
And pickles have a very distinct taste too.
Yeah, they do.
You either like them or you don't.
Yeah, and the last thing that I cannot eat is pomegranate, dude. And because that's a whole nother story, but I threw up off pomegranate when I was in 4th grade at school. My mom made me a little like granola pomegranate bowl before I biked to school one day.
Yeah.
And mind you, this is like 2 weeks after I started like at my new school after we moved from Boston in 4th grade. I biked to school. Dude, oh my God, I fucking yacked like mid-class because the pomegranate had gone bad, dude. And my mom
she didn't know.
Well, my mom knew after the fact because she only cut up half the pomegranate and the other half was like all rotten. But dude, like I said, I'll eat anything, dude, and I've always been that way. Like my favorite food is sushi, dude.
Sushi is good as fuck.
I know. Some people hate it though.
I'm a big sushi fan. Yeah, that's one of those things that's very.
It's like a niche thing.
Exactly.
Although it's become popular recently, I will say that. No, but I got sent home that day for food poisoning due to pomegranate. So wow. I can't eat. I have like an aversion to pomegranate now. I just can't do it.
It's like your kryptonite.
It is like my kryptonite, dude. Oh my God. Okay, what's the other deer question?
Yeah. So and then you mentioned the moon having an impact on a hunting season. How does that affect it?
Okay, so say it's all about moon cycles. Okay, say you have a full moon. Okay, deer are what you call biurnal. I believe that's what you.
Biurnal.
It's biurnal, I believe. So you have like nocturnal, and then you have what's you stay up in the day. That's diurnal.
Diurnal.
Biurnal is when you sleep for the middle of the day and the middle of the night. Okay. So if you have a full moon, what do you think that would do to a deer when they're sleeping?
Wake them up.
Yeah, it keeps them up at night, right? When you're deer hunting, you're only allowed to hunt in the day, but they're biurnal, So you're hunting
6 in the morning, probably.
way early. I mean, you're waking up at 3:30.
Oh,
you're
shit,
hunting way because you got to get all your shit set up, get up in the stand too.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different thing. You're hunting for the first 4 hours of the day and the last 4 hours of the day, or maybe even 3 hours, because they bed down, which means they go to sleep in the middle of the day and the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But if there's a full moon, okay, they're going to be more apt to be, and especially the bucks, they're way smarter than the does.
Yeah.
They're going to be more apt to be up and moving and eating in the middle of the night when you're not allowed to be hunting them. Okay? So if you have a full moon, then they're going to be less likely to be out in the mornings and the evenings when you're hunting because they've been up all night.
So it'll kill a lot of your hunting not perspectives, but
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Your hunting possibilities.
Exactly.
You would think that, right? And a lot of the times, I've found that to be complete bullshit, dude. I killed like my second biggest buck on a full moon night. Next morning, 75 minutes in the stand, 100-yard shot down.
Got the next one.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. But I will say, if you average it all out, you see so many more deer on a night that's not a full moon, or it's because they call it like a gibbous moon, which is almost a full moon.
Yeah,
you see
like
so many
moon or something.
You see so many more deer when the moon is not visible than when it is. Even say you have a full moon and it's really cloudy. That's not going to affect the deer that much because there's not as much light coming in.
Right, the clouds are blocking all of it.
But if you have just like a slight crescent moon, those deer are going to be active in the morning and active in the night, dude.
Yeah.
But mind you, it's not a guarantee. It's never a guarantee, dude. Because there's so much. Pressure systems change too. That can affect it. And it's not like a high pressure system guarantees deer are going to be out. It's the changes that make the deer
in that system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to me, dude.
It seems like there's a lot of different. There's just a lot.
There's so many different factors.
Exactly.
Of deer hunting and
deer hunting,
dude. Fishing too. There's so much that I could talk about it, dude.
Yeah. So when you're planning on a deer hunt, how do you go about that? So since they're biurnal, do you take the day to plan and then set up? Do you set up your camp the night before and then get there in the morning, or how does that work?
Me and my dad are really lucky, okay? And this is not. I don't say this to be bragging or anything, but we have a prime place to hunt. So this guy Bob O'Brien, I would consider him a lifelong friend. And this is a whole nother story. He's 88 now, gets around like he's 50. Like it's ridiculous.
Old brother moves,
dude. I mean, like this for example, this summer he has 5 lakes on his property, and he has a mile of Merrimack River, which is amazing smallmouth fishing.
Yeah.
But we're putting a big old John boat into his lake this summer, or one of his lakes, and it's me, him, and my dad. We're gonna go fishing, and me and my dad are getting ready to hoist it up and move it about 50 yards from near his house into the water. Okay. Because he has a house on this property, a nice house.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So he's got a sweet piece of land.
Dude, man is loaded.
Yeah. In terms of hunting.
Yes,
and wildlife in general. Right?
No, he loves it. That's his passion, dude.
Yeah.
Man's been all around the world, but he's like, I want to stay in Missouri. This is really where it's at. Because Missouri has so much cool wildlife.
Big hunting state, too, then.
Oh,
it's got
deer, turkey, geese, ducks.
Everything.
Squirrel, dove. Dove's one of my favorite to hunt. Anyways, me and my dad are about to bring it, and Bob's like, hey, let me get this. And we're like, what? Like, this is like... And mind you, Bob's like on the heavier side, the back side of the John boat, and my dad's like, no, like me and Sam will get it. And this is a heavy steel boat, dude.
Yeah, it's
he fucking picks it up, not struggling at all. Fucking takes it down the lake, puts it in, everything, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy on? He's 88 years old. He was 87 at the time this summer.
Yeah, you were asking him for workout routines and shit.
I'm like, what the hell, dude? He was I know he went to Mizzou. He was in the ROTC.
Really? Yeah.
He spent 6 years in the Army. He's a veteran. He was never in combat or anything, but that was just after World War II. I mean, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, but dude. And he's still moving steel boats.
Dude, this guy's ridiculous. And like,
dude's a unit.
You know how this is how I describe him. You know how there's some people you meet that you just can't describe. How the stories that he's told me and the things that he's done in his life, I can't. It's like anytime you ask him about something, he has such good advice for it.
Yeah.
I mean, like when for example, like when I was trying to break up with my ex-girlfriend, I was like asking him about it. He's like, "Fuck that bitch. Just do it, Sam." Like
exactly.
Like because I was talking to because he would always ask, "How's the women, Sam? How's the women?"
Yeah, he'll chirp you a little bit.
Oh, he always chirps me about it, dude.
That guy sounds fucking fun to talk to.
He's like, "You better not be getting any fat bitches." And I'm like, "That's not up my alley, Bob." He's like, "Good, very good, Sam." Anyways, because he would like every deer season. We go down there all the time because fishing, hunting, floating on the river, everything. He would always ask me about my old girlfriend, and I'd be like, "Yeah, like, I mean, it's not going too great." And he's like, "Well, get out of there, Sam. You're young. Like, you have so much life ahead of you."
Right.
And that's some of the best advice I've ever given. Is that we're getting older, yeah, but we're young, dude. Like,
yep.
We have a lot of opportunity, and
a lot of time too.
What I've learned is that you can't dwell on things in the past too. That's another great thing that he's taught me.
Yeah, it's just gonna hold you back in the long run. Because
I think about so many things. And I'm like, why was I in that situation? Why did I do that? But at the end of the day, it makes you you.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the greatest quotes I ever heard was, "You don't have to believe everything your brain tells you."
Damn, that's deep, dude.
Because you're gonna think about a lot,
uh-huh.
and your brain's gonna tell you a lot about certain things.
Yeah.
And you get the ability to choose which one you can listen to.
Dude,
because everyone's gonna have negative thoughts, right? And everyone's gonna have really positive thoughts.
That's very insightful, Nate. That's because that's one you got to think about.
Exactly.
Like, damn.
Well, and a lot of people, like you were talking about, they get caught up in all the negative thoughts and what's going on.
You can't dwell on it. Yeah.
Right. All the bad situations in their life, when they should be focusing on the good and realizing how to improve on that.
Yeah, dude. Because I mean, a great quote. This is what my dad always says. Because I don't struggle with it anymore, but I'm not gonna lie. I say I don't struggle. I do. Change. I struggle with change sometimes, especially the whole like high school to college thing. Like, I have some good homies that I don't see too much anymore.
Yeah, that you didn't want to give out or give up.
People that I would consider a huge part of my life, people that have shaped me, and just people that it's not feasible for me to be, hanging out with them anymore, or at least as much as I would. I mean, I still see him, text with him, I'll FaceTime him, but it's different. But what my dad has told me, and this really resonates with me, it's another good quote. The only thing that remains the same is change itself.
Yes.
Think about it, dude. Everything's changing.
That's a great quote as well, dude. It comes from a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, who knows if he came up with that himself? He probably didn't, but you could probably look that up online and find it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's something that I'm like, wow, like, you're fucking right, Dad. Like, change is the only thing that continues to stay the same.
Exactly. And a lot of people have to realize that. I feel like a lot of people get fed the idea that change is a bad thing. That people can't change, or it's not the right thing to change. But a lot of the time, change is what's good. And change is always happening. Yeah. People got to realize that you're never going to be the same person every day. You're always going to be someone different every day.
You can't be the same person every day, dude. Like, it's impossible. I mean, because everyone's got their own bullshit that they're dealing with too. I mean, the amount, like, everyone struggles with their own thing, and what's important to remember is that we all have different struggles, but at the end of the day, it's almost like it's all the same, because we're all fighting our own battles. I mean, while they're I guess you could say they're on different turf in a way. we're all fighting with our own shit.
Yeah, and we're all living life at the same time too.
Yeah. So
you have to realize that, your strength are going to be other people's struggles. Yeah, and other people's struggles might be your strengths.
That's, dude. I have a lot of good examples of that, dude. Like, oh my god, I feel like one of my good strengths is communicating how I feel to other people.
Yeah, being 100% real, straight up.
And I'm not gonna name anyone on this podcast, but I know someone that's very close to me that is absolutely horrible at doing that.
Yeah,
and it affects them in a bad way.
Yeah, in a bad mental way.
Yes. But on the other end, this person has their head on a lot straighter than I do. They have their career, and they're our age. They have their career and their life they have it figured out, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I know this person's going to be successful, but they can't communicate.
Do you think that's because they're not allowing themselves to be their true self? Like they're holding back on certain aspects of their personality that they don't think they can show?
No, I think it's because they're scared. They're scared to truly open up and tell people how they feel, because I think they're worried that could cause more harm than good. Yeah, which is just not the case.
So it's showing an emotion problem, basically.
Essentially, yeah. Talking about your feelings, showing emotion, and that's important in any friendship and in any relationship.
Vulnerability.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, you got to be able to talk about things. And if you can't communicate and talk about things with your friends or your significant other or just anyone, then you're not going to get anywhere, dude. Because they're not going to know. You can't. There's very few people in this world that can look at someone and gauge how they're feeling.
Right.
Or have a conversation with someone about some bullshit going on in their life and actually gauge, like, oh, how do you think you did on this math test? You're not going to gauge someone on how they're feeling or their struggles based on a conversation like that. You have to open yourself up.
Yeah. And it all comes back to being vulnerable too. And I feel like a lot of people have an issue where they feel the need to portray themselves as being perfect.
Oh yeah,
and it's pretty universal that nobody's perfect.
Yeah, no, you can't be perfect.
But a lot of people tend to show only their great sides and are scared to show their failures and shy away from failure because of that guilt or that embarrassment.
Wow. Yeah. No, you're right about that. I mean, this is.
Because they're embarrassed, dude. I mean, it's embarrassing to fail.
Well, we live in a culture. Yeah, it's true. But we live in a culture today where, and I can equate this to, I'm going through a lot of I'm trying to get a summer internship this summer. I'm going through a lot of interviews right now, and one of the biggest tips that I see online for these interviews, and I went to this this interview builder thing here at Mizzou last semester, is don't talk about your weaknesses. And if you are going to talk about your weaknesses, make them into strengths somehow, which is a great strategy for an interview. But we're living in this culture where it seems like it's not okay to talk about that stuff anymore because you're trying to create an image of yourself that you're all this. You're a strong figure. You're a hard worker.
Image that isn't
got
real.
Your head on straight. You know what you're talking about, and no one's like that, dude.
Nope.
Everyone's got their faults. But you don't talk about that stuff in an interview, and then you build this mindset that you're all that, and you don't have any faults, and it's horrible for you, dude.
It is. It's a very decaying mindset.
Yeah, because eventually you're gonna stumble upon something that's not good about yourself, or that's something that you're really struggling with, and you're not going to know how to deal with it because you can't admit to yourself that is something that I'm struggling with and something that I need to get help with.
And it's something you're not good at.
Yeah, dude.
And people, you have to realize that just as much as you should be working on your strengths, there's also got to be that other side where you're working on your weaknesses. You have to evaluate.
It's the balance of life, Nate.
Yes. You have to evaluate how, there's always going to be certain things that you're not good at. So to work on those is just building yourself up that much more.
Yeah, dude.
And not being afraid of certain things that you're not good at, but being able to look at them objectively.
Yes,
and
dude.
just saying like, this is, I'm not as strong at this or that. So I should work on it, and I'm stronger at this and that. So I'm going to build on that, and I'm going to create something through that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real world example. It's something that going into our careers, from what I've heard, and I mean, this is kind of a universal thing. Excel, dude. Excel spreadsheets. That's something that I guess and it makes sense. I mean, it's a very, very useful tool in whatever career you're going into. I'm a business and economics major.
Yeah.
You're a business major.
Using a lot of Excel.
Jack Ramey's a fucking biology major. Fucking Hoffa's a fucking IT major. Everyone is using fucking Excel, dude. And that's something that I'm dog shit at.
Yeah. It's just something that...
But we're in the culture that if I'm in an interview, I'm not going to even talk about Excel. It's like that's something that I realize, and I'm taking classes, right? And I'm even online, I'm going through it, and I'm like, shit, dude, I need to get on this because this is
right.
Especially for these, some I'm stressing about, dude. For these internships this summer, I'm gonna fucking need to be on that shit, dude.
You're gonna need to know how to run Excel the right way.
Yeah, the right way, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll fuck it up. Like it's bad. So that's something I need to work on. But again, we're in a culture that you don't talk about that.
Right.
You talk about your strengths.
It's a culture of closing down. When you get addressed with a problem.
Yeah, dude.
And I think that's a big motto of life too, is that you get addressed with something that's hard and something you got to think about and something you got to overcome. And a lot of people they stray away. Yeah, they say it's too hard for me. I don't want to have to go through that struggle to get there.
It should be, and rather it should be looked at as a way of improving yourself.
Exactly.
Rather than straying away from it.
Yeah.
Because if you stray away from it, then you're never gonna fucking improve, dude.
Yeah, you're not gonna get anywhere.
Yeah, dude.
You're not gonna get where you want to go.
It's another. I kind of like to switch gears if that's okay and talk about my book a little bit.
Go ahead, dude. Yeah.
It's something that I'm really passionate about. Getting more into the details of why I did it. It seems like and a lot of people hate writing. Do you like writing?
I don't like writing at all.
Yeah. That's the general consensus that I've
or reading.
And I honestly I like listening to podcasts and audiobooks. I don't like reading off a book.
Agreed.
Which is why I want to make this book into an audiobook because I think it would be because no one's gonna fucking read a book, dude. Like,
especially nowadays, it's a lot less reading. Everything's online.
Oh yeah, you get into a road trip, and I love, dude. Just fucking listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook on a road trip.
Yes, sir.
You're driving, but you feel like you're being productive too, which is
you're learning.
You're learning something.
Yeah, or getting someone else's perspective,
or getting some entertainment out of it.
Yeah.
You know. But I find myself anytime and this has been happening since freshman year of high school, and even more so recently. Yeah, you're in college. Yeah, you have a 10, 15 page limit on a story you're writing or a research paper. Without a doubt, I always go to the end of that limit, and I always find myself almost needing to write more.
Right, wishing you could write more.
So many ideas, but then I've been docked on points for going over on pages, and it's like, damn, well that's kind of stupid.
They're trying to kill your creativity, bro.
It's like, dude, like. 15 pages, especially double. I'm not double spacing any of this. 15 pages double space is nothing for me, dude. I could crank that out in a few hours and it'd be good. So I'm writing this book now. It's a fictional story because that's what I love telling stories about my life, but I feel like I can also make up a good story.
Right.
It's about this kid named Landon. He lives in Gary, Indiana, which is, if you don't know, it's a
very rough area.
Port, yes.
Because
you live around there, actually. Right?
I used to drive through there, actually.
Really?
Yes.
I've been hunting in Gary, Indiana once, actually. Duck hunting.
Duck hunting out in Gary?
Yeah, dude.
Did you get run up on some tweakers or something?
No, luckily not. We were strapped, though, so that wouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah.
No, my cousin Joe's good friend Kenny, his dad, who is also named Kenny, it's Kenny Jr., who's his friend. Kenny Sr. is his dad. Has like 50 acres of duck hunting land near Lake Michigan in Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
It's by the U.S. Steel Mill. Anyways.
Yes, dude. I used to drive past that steel mill every time. Yeah, my grandparents have a lake house out in Michigan.
Really? Okay.
In New Buffalo, if you know what that is.
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah, it's right across the border out of Indiana.
Okay.
But yeah, I drive through there all the time.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, my Uncle Jim, I love my Uncle Jim. He works at that U.S. Steel is actually no longer U.S. Steel as of like 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, but
they sell everything or what?
They got bought out by some other steel company.
Yeah.
But he's still working there. He didn't lose his job or anything. But he's been working with U.S. Steel his entire career. He's an engineer there.
Yeah.
So he makes good money. Anyways, it's the guy, this kid Landon's dad also works at the steel mill, but they're very poor. He's kind of a blue collar steel mill worker. His dad's a cocaine addict. And without spoiling too much of the story, essentially his dad beats him up, and his brother also dies.
Yeah, so there's a lot of trauma going on in his life.
It's kind of like it's going to be a rags to riches story. He has this friend Scott, and he's gonna leave soon. I have the first chapter written. He's gonna leave Gary, Indiana soon. I'm not sure where he's gonna go and his family, but it's really just gonna be him and his mom. They're gonna move somewhere else, and he's gonna be successful. He's gonna meet a girl because every good fictional story I feel like has a small romance element to it.
Yeah.
But that's not going to be the main part of the story by any means. But at the end of the story, he's going to go back to Gary, Indiana, and see how much of a fuck up his old friend Scott is, and how much his life improved because his dad beat him up.
Yeah, and because he got out of that situation.
The entire reason he got out of that situation because his dad was abusive.
Yeah.
So the whole moral of the story is going to be how bad things can have good outcomes.
I like that as a moral, dude.
Oh, it's something that really resonates with me, especially with the whole concussion thing.
Yeah, talk about that, dude. I haven't heard anything about you having concussions.
Okay, so it started off with me just being, for lack of a better word, just fucking stupid, dude. Microphone issues here. Anyways,
it's a work in progress, people.
So I was an avid athlete in high school.
Yeah.
I wish I still could, but it's the I can't get hit again, dude.
You physically can't get hit again.
Like, dude, I mean, it would not be good if I got another concussion. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school, I had no injuries. I played hockey and lacrosse, and it was perfect, dude. I mean, sports were something to me that was just so important. Not only because I loved playing them, which I did. It was literally the favorite part of my day.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, every day I would either have hockey or lacrosse after school, and that's what woke me up in the morning and got me going.
Right, and it gives you something to do as a kid, bro.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
it takes away all your free time, and you.
Dude. It keeps you out of trouble, you know.
Yeah, and
for the most part.
And it makes a lot of younger kids that much more social too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And
which I think is a big thing when you're younger.
Yeah, I still got in a shit ton of trouble in high school. We can get into that later, but
yeah.
As a lot of people did, obviously. Anyways, I'd been playing hockey. Like my dad, he grew up in Minnesota, playing on ponds and everything.
Yeah.
He played 1 year at UW Lacrosse on their D3 hockey team, which is kind of cool in my opinion. Apparently they were pretty good.
That's pretty sweet.
I mean, it's at least for a D3 team. Anyways, I started playing hockey when I was like 4 or 5, because in Boston it was just on the East Coast, hockey is huge.
Yeah, it's their culture,
especially in Boston, dude. It's like, if your kid's not playing hockey, what the fuck is he doing?
He's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And my dad wasn't going to be raising no bitch.
Right, and your dad coming from that background is like, you got to do this. You got to
play hockey.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I started skating at, like, 3 years old, and I loved, like, my dad never had to, like, force, because we would have 6 a.m. practices, dude. I would be up at fucking 4:45, ready to fucking play hockey.
Yeah, you're like, when are we leaving?
It was just, I remember it. I remember waking up my dad like so early in the morning and be like, Sam, like, we don't have to wake up for another like 30 minutes. I'm like, Dad, like, I don't want to be late for hockey. Like, we got to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, Sam, the rink's not even fucking open yet, dude. Like, chill the fuck out. Because the little kids would always practice in the early morning.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was my freshman year of high school. I played hockey and lacrosse. It was so fun. No injuries. Sophomore year of high school, this was right before the pandemic hit. This was very early This is like mid-January 2020. Okay.
Yeah.
Because when did COVID hit? That was like March.
COVID was like late February, March.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
So this would have been like mid to late January. I was playing hockey. I had made the varsity team. I was very proud of myself, and I was going between second line defense and starting defense, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I later switched to forward because playing wing and scoring goals was just so much more fun, and I was such an aggressive player. But I love playing defense because I could hit people like a motherfucker.
Yeah, and stop them in their tracks.
But that's what the story kind of begins with, because hockey's a violent sport and there's not many penalties called.
Yeah.
And lacrosse too, there's like no penalties called. Lacrosse is honestly more dangerous than hockey, I think, because you can hack a motherfucker with your stick continuously.
Just beat on him.
Bam, bam. He doesn't even have to he can pass the ball off and you can hack him for another 5 seconds, dude.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not hitting his head or neck, you're fine.
Right, it's all fair game.
It's all fair game,
Shit.
dude. Because you'd finish a lacrosse game and you'd have so many bruises.
Right,
That's
welts
besides the
over
point.
your body and all that.
Yeah, I remember we're in our zone. I'm behind our net. I'm coming around the ice, or the net. I have the puck, and I'm trying to break the puck out of our zone, if you know what that is. Get it to our forwards so they can go try to score.
Right.
And we can go assist them. Anyways, I have my head down, which is the number one rule in hockey not to do.
Right, never look down.
I'm trying to settle the puck on my stick, because if you look down, you're going to get fucking smacked, dude.
Right, because you can't see it. You're not looking around.
All you can see is really your peripheral, but you're not going to see the fucking 6'3" motherfucker on John Burroughs coming around. I remember I was number 7. He was also number 7, coincidentally, on their team.
Yeah.
I'm coming around the right side of our net. I have my head down. I'm gathering the puck. I'm about to pass it off. He comes around the other side. Fucking smacks me. I go back, head hits the boards, and I know I have a concussion. We're winning the game, mind you. We're up by 2 points, and we have like 2 minutes left in the third period, maybe 3. Anyways, what up, Jonas? Anyways, I go to the bench. I know I have a concussion. I don't say anything to anyone, not my teammates. Not my coaches, not my parents.
What was that feeling like?
It was like the feeling of the actual concussion, or the feeling of hiding.
Yeah.
I'll get into the hiding it too, because that was rough mentally for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and I sat down on the bench, and my ears are ringing. My ears still ring actually because of this, which sucks. I have tinnitus. So that affects me when I sleep and everything. I can't like hear it right now or anything. Anyways, my ears are ringing. I just have this massive headache. And my head's like throbbing, dude. And this is gonna be my last shift of the game because we were winning. They're not gonna put me out there back again. They're gonna put our like third and fourth liners.
Yeah, start throwing in the bench players, whatever.
So, and they should have started throwing the bench players in later, but we were only up by like 2 goals, so I can see, or earlier I should say, but I could see why I was out there. No fault to my coach or anything.
Right.
I mean, I wanted to play hockey as much as any other guy did. Anyways. I don't go out for the rest of the night. I remember driving. No, I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't drive. I got a ride from my buddy Max, and I was like getting like nauseous in the car, dude. I went home. My dad, because me and my dad, we would always talk about the games because he watched literally every single game of my high school career. Up. He'd always be there.
That's sweet, yeah.
Anyways, we would always talk about the game, but this time I was like, Dad, I need to go to bed. And he's like, what? And I was like, Dad, I'm going to bed. And he thought that to be a little strange, obviously. Mm-hmm. But I just passed out. I slept for like 12 hours that night. I woke up, head still hurt, and I'm like, no, dude. Because I was trying to convince myself that night that I was fine.
Right, that it's just going to go away.
I wasn't trying to miss any hockey, dude. That's my favorite thing to do at that time in my life. Favorite thing.
Right, that was your shit.
Little did I know that decision would cost me like 2 years of hockey.
That going to sleep?
No. The fact that I didn't tell anyone about it.
Oh,
we had practice the next day, and for the rest of the week, I was going to practice. I wasn't really getting hit in practice, but you're not supposed to be. I mean, I was like the grinding play. I would always be practice games, anything, skating my hardest. You're not supposed to be doing that with a concussion, dude.
Right. You're supposed to be taking a break.
Well, not necessarily, actually. I'll get into that later.
Huh.
You're not necessarily. That's the common knowledge, but it's not necessarily true for everyone.
Not the
and
case.
It certainly wasn't true for me, actually.
Okay.
Especially later on in my recovery, because it lasted like 18 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Worst part of my life. Anyways, we have a game that following Friday against Ladue, which is another one of our like rival teams.
Yeah.
And
are they pretty good?
Yeah, they were good. They beat us that game.
Yeah.
It was a close game. They beat us by a goal. I remember that.
Because you were all fucked up.
Yeah, it was all me. Yeah. Anyways, we played Ladue. We lost them. We lost them by a goal. But I played so shit that game, and I got hit in the boards more that game. And it wasn't like it was nasty hits. But when you have a concussion, you're not supposed to be getting hit at all.
No.
And that I remember because my ears weren't ringing at that time. My ears were ringing like when I got hit in that John Burroughs game the week prior, but they stopped ringing. I remember that night I'm trying to go to bed, and I have a massive headache in my ear, like, and they like it's like
yeah,
it like changes pitches. It's weird.
Huh.
And it's constant in my right ear only.
Yeah.
Anyway, it still sucks, but anyways, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I gotta tell my parents, but by then it was too late, Nate. The doctors were like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, that's horrible for you." And I even knew that it was horrible for me, but I just wanted to play hockey so bad, dude.
Yeah, you were just committed. You were like, "Fuck this! It's not taking this away from me."
I needed to play hockey, dude.
Yeah.
So, it was like they kept telling me like, "Yo, you'll be better in like 2 weeks. Like, you'll be fine." And it was it just kept continuing. I just had constant severe headaches. I could feel them in my sleep.
Yeah,
okay?
like a stop you mid-sentence sort of headache.
It's just the pain was unbearable. And it's it wasn't anything that I could take medicine for either, okay? It was this is 3 months later, I was starting to lose hope. Hockey season had already ended. And this is mid-COVID now, right?
Yeah, so everyone's getting locked down.
I could I wasn't hanging out with my friends or anything because my parents were real anal about it for the first 6 months of it. School is online. I had such trouble fucking looking at a computer screen. So school is just hell for me, dude. All those Zoom classes, just looking at the computer screen for 6-7 hours a day. I'm fucking losing it, dude.
Yeah.
Because it's just making the headache so much worse. And
your brain was pissed.
I just got depressed, dude. Real deep down depressed. And I didn't. None of my friends were really. I mean, my friends would have been there for me, but my parents wouldn't let me go out.
Yeah, they couldn't do anything about it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. I would sneak out damn near every other night or every 3 nights just to be with my friends. I mean, I had to.
Just to stay sane,
dude. It's because they would be like, why don't play Xbox with us, Sam? And I'm like, I would, bro. But it's just I've been on a screen for 6 hours today at school. I'm not going to go back on a screen again for another 3-4 hours to play. I'd love to, but I can't, dude. My head was just... My
brain won't let it happen.
Just pounding, dude. Horrible.
Dude, I don't think people really realize how much COVID and being alone affected a lot of people our age.
Uh-huh.
It was serious. My brother kind of went through the same thing you're talking about, where it was being locked down and just staring at a screen all day.
Yeah,
it's just, it has an effect on the human brain that's so negative because you start, I don't know, your brain and everyone is a human. You're meant to have interactions.
Yes, dude.
And when that's taken away for such a long period of time, especially with, a lot of people that had anal parents, like you're talking about, that shit was fucked.
No, as human, we're not built for that. We're not wired to be on a screen all day.
Exactly.
We're not wired to be locked in our houses. And
we're supposed to be out.
Yeah, dude.
Conversation.
Just like we're doing right now. Anyway, getting back into the story, 6 months went by, nothing, dude. Now it's summertime, right? My hockey team lacrosse team's getting back into summer workouts. I can't do. I'm trying to go to be with them and do some of it, but I can't. The doctors are saying you should be getting better soon. And I've been hearing this from so many doctors and everything. you should be getting better soon. But
yeah.
No, I'm not.
So they were telling you that you should be improving, but your health was not.
About a year and I lost all hope, though. And this is literally constant headache for a year. Even in my sleep, I can feel it. Just depressing shit, dude.
Dude, I'm sure. Because it's nothing you can control.
Yeah, like I said, worst part of my life. They are trying like all these medicines, nothing's working, dude. Everything just seems to be like just going horribly for me. Like at least I could like hang out with my friends. Hunting and fishing was really something that kept me sane in that time because it's not something involved with screen. And I would still have a headache during that, but I felt calm and I felt some peace in it. Kind of let me know that, yeah, while this sucks, like this could end up being okay, even though I'd kind of lost all hope of ever getting better at that point.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure after a year.
It's like, why the fuck am I still having headaches?
Yeah, what's going on?
At about the 14, 15 month mark, my mom's like, oh my God, like this kid is not going to, like, he's not going to get better. Like she wouldn't admit that to me, but now she told me, this is over break. She's like, Sam, like, we didn't think you were going to get better.
Yeah, so she was losing hope
like,
also.
My own mother started losing hope, and she's a very positive, energetic, and hopeful person. She was starting to lose hope. And me living through it, I had already lost hope a long time ago. But she began researching, and she found this highly accredited doctor in Pittsburgh. His name was Dr. Collins. You can look him up. He does so much concussion research. And his method was through exercise to get people to recover.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned before, you're not supposed to be pushing yourself with a concussion.
You're supposed to lie down.
Yeah, no, you're not. It's
bullshit.
You want to get blood to your brain. It's all, and that's what heals it, dude.
Yeah.
The
whole
makes
blood
sense,
flow into
dude,
your brain.
But it hurts. It hurts, dude. Like whenever I would work out, my headaches would go from like a 4 or 5 to like a fucking 8 to 10 range, dude.
Yeah, so it would get a lot worse.
It would get a whole lot worse, and obviously, if it's getting worse, people are gonna think, "Oh, that's hurting you." But I remember going to, because I had some physical therapists that tried to do some like minor workout therapy with me, and it didn't work because it was minor. You need intense stuff, and the intense stuff, because it would be like, okay, if your headache rises,
for your case too, yeah,
if your headache rises above it rises 2 points above what you started out of 10, then you got to stop the workout. You shouldn't do it. You got to continue, fight through the pain. Okay?
Wow.
Which is hard to do, especially when you're getting up to like a 10 headache.
Yeah.
When it's like I want to kill myself right now. It's so bad. Yeah. So anyways, Dr. Collins is like, it's that and it's your anxiety about not getting better. I'm like, what? Like, how is that possible? But it's true.
Yeah, it's actively thinking about it.
And I was thinking about it so much. He's like, Sam, because all the other doctors were telling me to log your headache and like every day, and like if it gets better or worse and everything. It's like, Sam, like that's the worst piece of advice anyone could ever give you, because it's making you think about it.
Yeah.
And then you're stressing about it because you see that you haven't made progress in fucking 14, 15 months, dude. And it's like, it all clicked to me. I was like, holy shit. And I didn't think his method was going to work, but I'm like, and I was like, Mom, like, this is bullshit. I'm not trying this. And she's like, Sam, like, what do you have to lose? And I'm like, well, you're right, dude. You're right, Mom. Like,
not much.
Not fucking much. At that point in my life, I didn't have much to lose, dude. I was so depressed. And I mean, I had friends and family there for me. All my friends were there for me, but especially my friends, but they couldn't truly comprehend what was really going on. And it's hard. I don't blame him for it. That's so hard.
Yes, dude. The mentality of going into that sort of a deep negative dive into your brain. It's most of the time it's incomprehensible for most people.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
That's
anyways,
why expressing it's so hard.
Yeah. Anyways, continuing with the story, I started pushing myself really hard, and at first nothing happened. For like a month, nothing happened. But he told me that was gonna happen. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm just hurting myself more here. But then again, I was like, what do I have to lose? Because I was like going on runs, I was weightlifting and everything. Like, I was trying to like play some like non-contact hockey and lacrosse with my teammates and everything, because they were there to help me. Like, they wanted me back. And this is my junior year of high school now. I'm trying to get better for my senior year.
Yeah.
Okay? So I had missed that whole year. I had missed that whole luckily I would have missed it anyways because of COVID. But that junior year, I guess of sophomore year, but that junior year I could have played sports. which really sucks. But anyways, everyone's like pulling for me, helping with me, which really helped me, just to have those people around, and that can be applied to any aspect of life. It's very good to have people pulling for you.
Yeah, and people to count on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because you need to hear that as an individual.
Yeah, dude.
Because it gives you a sense of like it's not just me fighting this. Like there's people that I could talk to. There's people that I can reach out to that'll help me even if I'm feeling a certain way.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, I remember there was one day. It was like mid-June. It was like the bet, dude. Like, it almost brings me to tears, bro. It was the day before my birthday, June 16th.
Yeah.
I remember, which is actually Marcus's birthday. I didn't even know Marcus at the time.
Strange coincidence.
Strange coincidence, yeah. Anyways, I remember I worked out one day, and I was just lifting weights in my basement. I did I remember the workout I did, dude. I did Russian twists, like ab workouts, and then I did planks, and then I did side planks. It was like a circuit workout, and then I did bench press, and then I did pull-ups. And I did a circuit of that for 4 times around, and I remember my head was pounding. It hurt so bad. But then, like, 30 minutes later, I was just talking to my mom, and I'm like, I don't have a headache. And that was the first time in, like, 16 months.
Yeah.
I didn't have a headache. And I was, like, I cried that day, dude. Like, I was like, oh, my, this could actually be working. And the headache came back the next day. But I did the same exact thing again.
Yeah.
And it slowly started to pick up. And then it was exponential, dude. It was like 2 weeks later, I would be working out, and there'd be almost no headache while I'm working out. I'm like, holy shit. And then I remember one day, mid-July, I woke up with no headache.
Which was unheard of for you.
Dude. Because I would feel that shit in my sleep, dude.
Yeah.
Like, all the time. It was something that I couldn't escape. And I finally woke up one day. We were at the lake, and I'm like, and it was I went for a long run. It was like a 4 or 5 mile run that day, or the day before. I woke up with no headache, and then I went on another run again, and I didn't get a headache on the run, and I was feeling so good. And I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm actually, like, I think I might be better.
Yeah.
And the headaches did come back a little bit after that, but it wasn't bad. And then about a month later, I was literally just having no headaches, and I was lifting, like, I was back to being myself. And then we went to Pittsburgh, and they did all the tests on me. The scary thing, dude, they did this cognitive memory test, dude. Mm. They did it when I had the concussion, and I scored in, like the 25th percentile of everyone, which is, like, really bad.
Yeah.
Like, you're in the bottom quarter of people. And I'm not, I feel like my memory's pretty damn good, actually. Even with all, like, the fucking weed smoking and drinking or whatever. I do it in moderation, but I feel like my memory shouldn't be as good as it is.
But originally, when they first took that test,
it was horrible,
you were in trouble.
Dude.
Yeah,
I was
you were in trouble.
They were like, oh, my gosh. Like, yeah, he's messed up.
Yeah.
I scored in the 97th percentile for memory after I went back to Pittsburgh.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
like, oh, my God, I'm fucking better.
The true confirmation.
Dude, they showed me that, and I was like, no way. Because I didn't think I did. I was like, I'm just going to do bad on this memory test again. There's no way that affected me that much. And sure enough.
Sure enough, it worked.
Dude.
Wow.
So that reaffirmed the fact that I have a really good memory. I don't know why. But not in the sense of a long-term memory, but it was short-term memory. Like, remember this shape, and then remember these 4 phrases, and then place the shape where it was before.
Yeah,
that's short-term stuff.
Yeah, I remember taking tests like that in high school.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was like it was called like a mental short-term memory aptitude test or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm probably fucking up the name, but it was something like that. So they cleared me, and I worked my ass off, and I was playing hockey again, dude. It took me a little while to get into it, but I was actually elected the captain of my hockey team after not even playing for like a year and a half with them, dude.
Yeah.
It was like, that was kind of surreal for me.
Yeah, that must have been a fucking crazy feeling.
Dude, and it was like, I don't want to fucking toot my own horn because I hate doing that, but my coach told me at the end of the season there was like 2 players that didn't vote me as captain. And I was like, what the hell, dude?
How many people were the team?
There was 21 people voting.
So you're basically the undisputed
I guess,
captain.
dude, because I didn't, because we had a captain and 2 assistant captains. It was me as a captain and my boy Kyle Mager and then Avery Lang as the 2 assistant captains, and they were fucking great. But I thought it was gonna be one of them for sure that was going to be captain. Because they were much better hockey players than I, too.
Yeah, and they didn't take 18 months off either.
No, dude, they didn't. Like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
But that's something that really resonates with me, and that's another thing that it gets me up in the morning. It's like, I say that. This is what I wrote. It sounds corny. I wrote my college essay about it, but I always think if something shitty is going on in my fucking life, it's better than a fucking headache, dude. And not just any headache. It's better than that headache.
It's better than the headaches you had to suffer through for 18 months.
Like, dude, it's because when I tell people that story, they're like, "What the fuck? Like 18 months? There's no way you had a headache for 18 months straight." And it's like, no, I fucking did, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking did.
I think a lot of people would have given up sooner than you did.
Oh, I gave up, dude. It was my mom that helped me, dude. I fucking gave up, and then she was like, "What the fuck else do you have to lose?" I lost all hope, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Like, I'm not mentally strong enough to not give up after that. And I know some people that would give up, but the vast majority of the people I feel like would be like, "Fuck this, dude."
Yeah, after the first couple weeks, probably. That's how I would feel.
I don't know about after because it's known that concussions could take like a month or two to heal at times, but not that long.
Yeah, I mean, when you hit the 6-month mark, you're like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Oh, it's like, dude, like that, like it's like you just start losing hope, dude.
Yeah.
But that was a horrible time, but at least I'm better now, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's a big part of shaping how your life ended up.
No, dude, it especially with the working out and everything. That's another reason why I love working out.
Yeah.
Because now if I don't get blood flowing in my brain, I will wake up in the morning with a mild headache. And that's what sucked about the mono is because I would be waking up with headaches, and I knew that like it's because I'm not working out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I can't fucking get up and do anything, dude. Oh my God.
I'm surprised mono does that much to affect your system.
Dude, it was bad. My neck swelled up, dude. All the lymph nodes in my neck swelled up, dude. My spleen's still, I guess, swollen. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine now, so that's good. But dude, that was rough.
Yeah, dude. I feel like moments like that will forever change your perspective.
Oh, it's certainly, dude. Certainly. Like I said, I'm not gonna forget about that. But yeah, I mean that. Even when I had mono, I was like, this is ass, but it's nothing compared to the emotional pain that I felt.
The headaches.
Because there was the physical pain, but dude, the headaches will fuck with you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're not getting better. Like, if you're losing hope about your life, it's like what am I living for? Like, what am I going to school for here? Like, and I never got to the point where I was thinking about like killing myself.
Yeah,
or anything,
suicidal thoughts or anything.
But like, if it continued,
you would have got there.
I don't know if you'd be talking to me right here now, Nate. I'll be honest. Like, think like if it would have gone on for 2-3 years. Oh my God.
Yeah, who would have known?
It's crazy to think. What's the date? Oh my gosh.
The 18th or so.
20th. That's
20th.
That's damn near 4 years ago. Today that happened. I think it might have been fucking the 20th of January, dude, or the 21st.
Wow, so this is the 4-year anniversary?
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 years. It's crazy how time flies because it feels like it was fucking yesterday.
Yeah, and a lot has changed since then, I'm sure.
Oh, so much.
Yeah.
Another thing that actually it calmed me down away. I got my med card my junior year of high school.
Sweet.
For weed.
Yeah.
That actually it helped the headaches from an anxiety standpoint. And it's not like it would completely take them away by any means, but I would go from like a 7 or 8 headache down to a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, so it had a profound impact on that.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, sometimes you say, oh, like you see, oh yeah, it helps with my headaches or it helps with my anxiety, and you think it's bullshit, but it's not, dude. Like,
yeah.
And I mean,
well, and some people bullshit it to get the med card.
Well, that's the thing.
That's something I would do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't blame people for that, not at all, because that's something that I would do too. but I legitimately had a need for it.
Yeah. So you got your med card during COVID to counteract those.
Yes. Wow. Yes, I did.
Yeah, the side effects.
I don't have it. My dumbass let it expire on accident, so I don't have it anymore. But
yeah, there's a yearly cost to renewing it, right?
$50, I believe. But then if you let it expire, it's $150 or like $100 to get it fully renewed, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, because my dumbass set it up with my school email. And I never checked that shit, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even have my WG Cloud email anymore.
Yeah, my WTHS Cloud. Yeah.
And I never checked that because it would be like the only emails I would get on that is like bullshit Canvas reminders that I would just go on a Canvas and see.
Yeah.
So it's like why the hell would I need this? So yeah, I never checked it. Who knows why my dumbass set up a weed card on my school email account, especially considering I had like 2 or 3 others that I could have put her on. But
yeah, you'd think that wouldn't be the go-to
account
to use.
I guess I wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, literally, dude.
You're having a big headache that day. You're like,
WG Cloud.
I don't care what email it is. I just gotta do it.
Just fucking do it, dude. No, but that was a horrible part of my life. But the weed did help.
Yeah.
Another thing that it brought on to me is a negative thing, actually. A sense of guilt. How am I ever going to be able to repay these people that have done things, not monetarily for me, but things that you can't put a value on, like raising me, teaching me good morals and values, teaching me how to be a good man and lead a good life, you know? That's something that you can't put a price on, or you can't value that in any way with anything. And it almost makes me feel guilty in a way that I can't repay some people. I'll never be able to repay my parents or my uncles and aunts and grandparents for what they've taught me. But then again, you get older and you pass your knowledge down onto the next generation.
Yes, bro.
And I guess you could say that's repaying them in a way, but you're not going to ever be able to repay your parents like that.
I think one of the biggest ways that you can at least start that kind of repaying process is just reflecting the same thing they did to you, as in spending time. Because you get, especially as you get older, you start to realize and you gain a different perspective of spending time with people and how you spend your time.
Yeah.
And, finding time to just talk to your parents and, like, show them the time of day, to tell them how you've been doing, tell them what's going on in your life. Like, the amount of happiness that brings to them is, like, that's what you want to focus on, is you want to give them the appreciation that the time that they've put into you is now being reciprocated and being super positive.
Yeah, dude, it's so important. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like maybe, I don't know how to word this. Maybe you don't think that that's repaying them enough, but I think in a way that's enough for them.
I think so,
giving
too.
them your time a day, because I still call my parents weekly. I mean, and that's something I really try to do, because I do feel as if I owe them a great debt, just because I feel like at least that I have my head on somewhat straight, and they've raised me to be an upstanding member of society. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, I lost my point where I was really going with that.
Upstanding member of society, Nate.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes. Well, and the appreciation that your parents raised you to be that way, like one of the main drivers for me about maintaining and gaining success is to pay off what they did for me.
Yes.
They put in, however long I was living in my house, 16 years or whatever, worth of time building me.
Yeah, dude.
Teaching me what's right, teaching me what's wrong, all that sort of thing.
That's a good word to use, building you.
Yes. Yeah. They're instilling their values in you. And now I feel like because I was raised so well, I should feel nothing but desire to be accomplished.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God.
Like, I have to do something. I have to be accomplished.
Uh-huh.
Because I have to do it for my parents in a way. And it's not all for my parents because it has to be somewhat for yourself.
For you. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But there's a big, that's a big driver for me, especially. Because I look at it like my parents put in all this time and all this effort to really, they put me together. And I got to do something about that.
Got to do something about it.
Yeah.
I completely agree. It's a driver, but for me, it is a driver, definitely. It's also a stressor. Because what if you don't?
Yeah, what if you let them down?
Yeah, because that's something that, especially with my dad, I would. Oh my gosh, the disappointment.
Yeah,
I don't. And that's something that it's more of a driver than a stressor.
A motivator.
A motivator.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not successful and don't have my head on straight, I'm gonna let them down, and that's the last thing I want to do is let my parents down.
Dude, because it hurts so much when they look at you with disdain and disappointment.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean,
there's no feeling like it.
It's different now because you would get in trouble back in high school or middle school. In high school it's a little different, but middle school, elementary school, early high school, and you're like, oh, I got in trouble. My parents are going to be mad at me, but I don't give a shit, dude. At least that's how I felt. I was a mischievous kid.
And because it was a lot of smaller problems.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, shit, I got caught smoking weed in the backyard.
Right. The weight of all your actions now.
Much greater.
Much more responsibility. You have so much more responsibility.
I mean, you get caught up with a DUI or something right now, you're fucked.
Right. And you take a day and don't do any homework. Or take a week. Or take a whole semester. And it just starts, you can't have those bad habits. You just can't.
And again, I'm not going to name names. But
you don't get do-overs.
Yeah, dude, there's people very close to me that I feel like are kind of falling into that trap.
Yeah,
right now.
You can't
at least with school-wise.
Yeah, you can't lose sight.
No, you can't, dude.
You have to realize why you're here.
It's all a cycle. I mean, and it's like I said earlier, this could be applied to any aspect of life. But if you get caught slacking off, not on your shit, that you're gonna begin to think that's okay in a way.
You'll start being that person.
Yeah. You'll almost find comfort in it, I think. And that's something that I try to avoid.
Right. Because once you start getting into that, then it's a big mental process to get back. Yeah. And I'm glad I haven't fallen into that with anything recently in my life, but getting the concussion, I mean, dude, I wasn't doing anything, dude. I had lost all hope, and it was a horrible cycle. Yep. So I can't really describe that to you because then again, there wasn't much I could really do about it. But at the same time, it's like I was letting myself go, dude. Shit. At one point, I was 195 pounds, and I'm 5'8", 5'9". So you're chunky.
I was fat, dude. Yeah. Junior year of high school, fat. I mean, I ballooned up. I was 150, 155 when I got the concussion. Mind you, I probably gained maybe a half an inch, but that's it. And believe me, I wasn't putting on muscle when I was sitting at home on fucking Zoom classes all day, dude. Right. That was fucking fat, dude.
You were just becoming lazy.
But I mean, then again, there's not much I could have done about it. Every single second that I would try to do the things I enjoy, like work out, play sports with my friends, go out, anything, go ride bikes. I mean, it's fucking headache. And I thought I was harming myself with that, but I was not.
It was not the case.
I really just wish that we would have found the solution sooner. And it's another thing is I try to talk about this, or at least not the whole story like I've talked about with you, but at least talk about how I got better with a lot of people. Because the more people that know about this, even if they don't experience it, maybe someone they know is going through, and they're like, hey, this is what you need to do.
Right. This dude, I know this kid that went through the same thing you're going through.
So it's like, in a way, I hope this reaches as many people as possible, just so they know that, hey, it's right. You don't have to lose all hope. There's a way out of that situation, and it's painful, and it takes a whole lot of work, but there's a way out. Yeah. And at the end of the road, it's it's just so worth it. I can't put into words how worth it was.
Yeah, and it may not be their way, but it's a way worth trying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And going back to the, the time and being a student and all, especially right now, is people got to realize that it's always your time for something.
Yes.
Like these next 4 years, it's my time to be a student.
Uh-huh.
And I have to fully engage in being a student.
You have to.
And invest the time and make the most out of being here while I'm here.
Uh-huh. Yeah, for sure.
And it's like that in every sort of any stage of your life. You know, when you're in middle school, you're in high school, you're at the time where you're learning how to engage with people and you're learning how to figure out what you like.
Yes.
And all that sort of stuff. And that's your time to do that.
Well, honestly, I think college is also a time to learn how to communicate and engage with people. I know that I've become a much better communicator in my time in college. And even I hate to get to, like, on the topic of, like, women or anything.
No, that's a great topic. I like that topic.
I know you like that topic, Nate. Come on now.
What do we need to talk about women about?
Well, it's embarrassing to say, but in high school, I could not talk to women. I still low-key feel like I can't, unless I'm really comfortable with them, like my girl and like obviously I'm comfortable with her, and like the people that I'm close to, I could talk to them, but like I don't know, it just seems like it's if you have intentions on being more than just a friend with someone, I feel like at least for me it's a lot harder to talk to them.
Yeah. And dude, most kids that are around that age, they're in middle school or high school, that's how it's gonna be.
Oh yeah,
because you don't know. You just don't know, and it's hard to draw that line. Like you're saying, it's hard to draw the line between having a girlfriend, and a girlfriend.
That's true.
And it's hard for a girl to know that, and it's hard to express that boundary. You know,
that's a great point. I mean, dude. Moreover, it's hard to know. I struggle how to put this into words. It's hard. I guess what I'm trying. It's hard to know what to say. Because people talk about, like this is how you should talk to women. Like this is how you should. Like this is how you pick up girls or whatever.
Yeah.
There's no right way to do it though. There's no right way to do it because everyone And that's just not with girls. That's with people. Everyone's so different. Complex and so different. You can't gauge anyone like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not going to be a cookie cutter. Oh, yeah, you could go up to her, start a conversation, and that like what I've heard, it's like, this is some advice I've been given, which is just complete bullshit. It's like, go up to her, like, ask her, like what's something she likes to do in her free time, and then like start asking her more about that, and like more and more, and just start like questioning her. And I'm like, that doesn't seem like a conversation. Like the conversation you and I are having right now it's a two-way street.
It seems like an investigation.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like an interview.
Yeah,
and it's like, I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think so either. And the way that most women are gonna react to any sort of pickup line is so different because some girls don't like to. Some girls are more forward, some are more reserved. And how are you as a guy supposed to know that?
Just by looking at them?
Yeah, especially in a lot of circumstances where you're doing that sort of thing, is you're at a bar, you had a drink or two, and you're like, dude, I think she's fine, but. How's she going to react if I go say something or whatever?
Oh, yeah. You don't know.
Right. And it's so hard because you get that first word in, you say, how are you, whatever, and she's like, fine.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, and you start getting 1,000 thoughts at the same time.
Like, what the fuck is she thinking?
Is she fucked up? Am I fucking up? What should I say?
What should I say? Like, I don't want to come off creepy or anything,
it's such a fucking battle.
I have two examples like this, okay? The first one, I guess I can relate to my girlfriend. Nothing like that would work on her. I mean, because she knows what's up. She's not going to fall for some fucking cheesy pickup line.
Yeah.
Like, she's the type to actually want to get to know someone and have an actual conversation. There's not many girls that fucking like the outdoors and hunting and fishing and are okay with all that shit. I found mine.
Yeah, and a blues fan.
Yeah, fucking skating, wakeboarding. That's the other ridiculous thing. I don't know how.
She's a big wakeboarding fan.
Dude, well, I am too. I love wakeboarding. But
yeah,
she loves it. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, it's uncanny too when you find someone like that. You're like, there's someone like me.
It's like, damn, out there. How the hell do we have so much in common?
Yeah.
Because when I talk to her, it's like I'm talking to one of my boys, which is not what I had with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That felt like more of a chore.
Well, and did that give you a sense of, when people say I'm dating my girlfriend and best friend?
Yes.
Did that give you that sort of feeling?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've talked about this actually recently, because I felt like before with my ex-girlfriend, I had a girlfriend.
Yeah. You didn't have a friend.
I didn't have a friend. Well. I did not have a friend. I had a girlfriend. And yeah, I mean, we had our fun, whatever, but when it was time for me to break up with her, I ended it.
Yeah.
And I still respect her, but at the same time, I mean, there's been some bullshit with that.
On her end.
Yes.
Yeah.
On her end. I should have specified.
How are we looking? What time is it?
Oh,
shit, cuz.
Damn, we 2 hours, 24 minutes in. Holy shit, dude.
Dude, I think this is you want to finish up what you're saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we'll take a break here.
All right. What was I even saying? Oh, yeah, friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does really feel like, and now I know this, because before with my ex-girl, that was my first relationship ever. I've like talked to other girls.
She was your first girlfriend.
She's my first girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. So and that makes it a lot harder too, in general.
Yeah. Oh, for
cutting
sure.
Because I didn't. All that.
It makes it harder in the sense of cutting it off. It also makes it harder in the sense of I didn't know what it should have felt like, and I didn't know what was right.
Right. You had nothing to compare it to.
Now I do.
Yeah.
And
now you can look back and say, it was much different of a relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'm happy now. And again, it's something that I wish I would have cut off way sooner, but at the same time, what the fuck are you gonna do? And that's
because you don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll end on. What the fuck are you gonna do about all the shit in your past?
Man, what are you gonna do?
Nothing, dude. You gotta live with it, and you gotta learn.
Live with it, love it, and when it's over, it's over.
Yep, and that's it.
It's over.